four things that I want to go over with you today. One is there is a district resource that the district purchased and made available yesterday morning. So it's basically a digital textbook, a digital notebook that you can use for your own resources. Most of the time I'll have everything that you need and I'll provide that to you. But if you want an extra resource or a place to look and review some things, you're going to get access to that. I will add to the homepage that icon and login, but I'll get all of you signed up today. So that'll be the first thing that we do. We'll review the Admentum process to make sure that you know how to navigate that and submit an assignment there for when we need that. There were a couple of issues, and we'll probably have this quite a bit throughout, but there were a couple of issues with the district server, I think, yesterday. So the logins, the upload for Admentum that was due yesterday, I pushed back that deadline for you guys until tomorrow. So if something happened, it's something weird, you didn't get that done, it's done. Remember to check Aries every Friday. Grades are updated. So grades were updated on Friday for the first two assignments that we should have done. And then today we're going to take a look at basically what is history and what themes have we seen throughout history, no matter what time period it is. So we're going to show you some pictures and have you talk about what theme you think this might be. We're going to have you do a little group thing just talking about history. And so things will go quick and will go well and you'll be done. As last week, Monday will be if you have any questions or any issues or any problems. And also you only have one assignment to do outside of class. And I'll show you how to do that. It should be rather easy. So the first thing I need you to do is go ahead and log into your Canvas and open up your homepage for this class. Okay, so a couple of things. You should have received, hopefully you did, because I updated this last night. You should have received a message through Canvas or through your school email about some notifications, right? A new individual assignment, themes of history. So hopefully that is still working. As I said, with the new district resource in terms of a digital textbook and digital notebook, I'll add a 7th icon here just for easy navigation. There'll probably be a tab added to the school website eventually. I don't know when that'll be. Remember that the modules I have created, I wanted to do this. I've kind of got a lot of feedback. I've got a sophomore and a freshman son here in terms of different ways that they've seen that. But what I've tried to do is keep everything located in one location. So as I said last week, what I'll do is I will keep your week's worth of work in one location, right? So if you go to modules and you go to week 1, everything that we did in week 1, everything that you have to do is in week 1. If it has, right, a little pen on the paper, or pencil on the paper, that's an assignment. So this one here is the one that I extended open until tomorrow for your class. There was a problem with the district, and so anybody that had trouble submitting, most of you had already turned it in. The second thing, right, is week 2 is right here. So you can see the outline of what we're going to do week 2. TCI is the digital resource of a notebook and a textbook. We'll talk a little bit about what is history, and then we'll talk about the themes of history. And then you can see there'll be one assignment that you have to do throughout the week to be ready. So that's how everything is set up. It's still set up. Notice that to get to week 2, you have to turn in week 1, right? So we don't want you falling behind. You have to finish this as a prerequisite to that. All right, any questions so far? Is everybody able to see week 2 okay? Can you see that okay? Okay. So a couple of things. If you click in your modules, right, it's going to give you an outline of what we're going to do, right, for the week again. So this week we will register you for your online textbook notebook and discuss what history is and why we should study it. In order to successfully complete module 2, please do the following: TCI sign up and login. Make sure that you cover the what is history, why do we study history, and then there's one assignment in TCI. So as with last week, there's very few steps to this TCI sign up and login, and then you just have to join my class. So I'll go over this and then we can do it one step at a time. You can see then after we're done with that, we'll talk about what is history, right? Why are we going to study the past, particularly in parts of human history. And then when we're done with that, wanted to take a look at themes of history. So we'll look at cultural interaction, economic structures, political structures, social structures, and human and environment interaction in terms of what we do. And then the last thing will be the assignment, and I'll show you how to do that from there. So what I need you to do once you're in Canvas is I need you to go to modules. So you can click on modules here on the left-hand side, or you can click on the shortcut that I created there. And I want you to go down to this presentation and click and open that. When you click and open that, we'll get you where you need to be. Okay, so TCI is going to be a digital textbook, digital notebook, resources for you. As I said, we'll go over this step by step. You can just sort of and watch what we do here. But basically, if you go to your learning modules and you click and open that presentation, so that when you click on week 2 TCI presentation, there is going to be a web address, and I'll put that in and upload that. But basically, there's going to be a web address that says student sign up and login. You're going to put in my teacher email, and I'll put that in the chat right now. And then you're going to use your real first name, real last name. You're going to use your school email address, and then you're going to select period 4 because you guys are period 4. The other one reverts to econ. So let me put this in the chat, and then we can take you through it. It's not that hard. Let me put the address in there as well. So if you go back to the presentation, I just put the web address in there too, so you can click on that. So now if you go to the presentation screen, if you click on that, it's going to open. When it opens, this is where you're going to put my email here. So you're going to click on create account. Use your real first name, last name. Somebody 2 periods ago put my last name and first name there. No, that's your first name, last name. Then put your school email address. So let's say that that's my school email address. Put in your password to your school email address. And then when you click on create an account, you are going to get a screen. Let me show you. That looks like this. And when you get that, it may say Econ Period 1, Econ Period 2, Econ Period 3. The fourth choice down would be World History Period 4. That's what you're going to click on, and you're going to join that class, and then I can show you what's in there. I will sign in, and we'll check yours as you come through. But if you follow that presentation, in the chat right now, I'm adding my email address for the school because you'll need that to join. Whoops, there's not 2 O's in organization. There you go. So that's the proper email address right there. Okay, so 4 of you have signed up already. Okay, so Nancy, we need to add at students smjuhsd.org to yours. So I'm going to add that right now. So the next time you log in, you'll want to use that as your username to log in. And I'll send it to you in a private chat. So question in the chat room about username. Username, use your school email address. So your 6th digit, I always go 999 at students-smjuhsd.org. Use that as your username.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. You said use what as our username?
Use your school email address as your username.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Nancy, you just didn't add the last part in, so I just sent you what I added through the chat.
So am I supposed to change it right now or?
No, just next time you log in, that's your username. I added that to the end.
Okay.
And do we make our password the like the capital letter then the lower letter?
I would keep it the same as your school email. Just to be easy. The only thing that anybody could do to go in is they would go in and do work for you. So I would keep the password the same. Somebody in the chat room asked, they actually accidentally selected period 6. Is there a way to change? I think I can change you to period 6. Hold on, let me check. Somebody used their name instead of school email, so I changed your username to that and sent that to you. If I changed your username, I did not change your password. Your password's still the same. And then let me check on. Okay, so remember it's your school email address is your username, not just your 6-digit number. Okay, so looks like Abigail, you're in incorrect. Nancy, you're in incorrect. Gracie, you're in incorrect. Correct. Larissa's in. Sierra's in. Joanna's in. Liliana's in. Gisella's in. Jesus is in. Gerard's in. Carlos. Kevin, you switched your first name, last name, but I can fix that real quick. It's not going to do anything in terms of your login. Okay, you're good. Aubrey, it looks like you got in the right. Period 4, you're set. If you have questions, you can send a chat. Okay. So go back to classes. 15. Hold on, let me count and see, because I thought we had 19 here today, 18. 18. Okay, Benny Boy is not a proper username. The hell? Gosh darn it, Benny. Okay, so Benny, your username was changed to your student email. I didn't mess with your password. So next time you log in, you'll have to use that as your username. We're waiting on one more. So looks right, looks right, looks right. Leah, you mixed up your first name, last name. I'm fixing it now.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you bet. Okay, so Leah, you're good. Abigail's good. Nancy, you're good. Gracie's good. Larissa's good. Aubrey's good. Benny, you're good. Sierra's good. Joanna's good. Kevin's good. Liliana's good. Gisella's good. Jesus is good. Jira's good. Carlos is good. Caitlin is good. Miss Patty is good. So who are we missing? We're missing one. Nestor still here? Yep. Nestor, are you able to get it, access to that? Nestor, you still with us?
Where do we go to? I don't know where to go.
Okay, I'm going to send you the link right now. Can you see the chats down at the bottom? Can you see the chat line down at the bottom?
No.
Okay, if you click the bottom of the Zoom box, there should be a box down there at the bottom, and it should say chat right to the left of share screen. If you click on that, so I'm going to send you the link. If not, you can click on the link right in the presentation. So I'm sending you the link. I'll put it in for everybody too, just again. Yes, Leah, I can see your name, correct? Okay, so all right. So a couple of things. Let's review quickly the Edmentum. Remember, there's two places to go. We spent most of last week on this. Edmentum, you can click on and log in from here if you want. Or from the home page, you can use this Edmentum here. and log in. And once you log in, you'll have the world history access. If it asks you to log in, you're going to click on log in. Use Clever if it asks you to log in again, or your SMJ UHSD account. You can see my econ students had an assignment in there during class today. Here's period 4. You remember you'll have all activities down here and new activity here. And then basically what we did last week was clicked on the orientation. There were 3 separate videos that you could have watched, right? What's a course? What's in a typical lesson? How to stay on pace? Then you saved that and downloaded that. So remember here, you click save or download icon. Depends on your station what you have, your computer, or your tablet. My recommendation was to always keep it in the same location, so I do downloads. And then once you do that, you had this available as an assignment here. You go ahead and extend yours just in case. Right. So we can save the extension in your period. Your assignment, and you can check areas to see and make sure that I've got it, is you're going to click this submit button. After you click that submit button, you're going to go down here, choose the file. The file that you download is going to be the same location that you saved it. So you clicked on that, open that up, hit submit, and that was the assignment that you were supposed to have done before we met today, okay? Before we met today. So that's how you're gonna get to Plato. So when we get to other assignments in Plato, we'll talk about what you need to do, but that's how you're gonna access that. Most of the time, it's going to include a pretest or a tutorial. Pretest is just seeing what you know before you start the unit. Right, so there's going to be different slides that you need to go through. When you finish with that, they're going to take basically an assessment, and you'll run through the assessment, all right, and answer the questions, right? So you can see here, went through, selected the answers, and that was it. That'll automatically upload for you. So that's what we did last week. Any questions on that? Okay, so first thing that I'm going to have you do, as I said, when you get into your modules, you'll see that we did this, and now we're going to go to what is history. All right, these notes will be on Canvas and available to you, so you can look at that when you want to see them. And so I'm going to bring this up here and show this on your screen for you. Okay. So I think this will be easier for you to see this way. All right, so what is history? Why should we study it? Right? So a lot of talk during the past 5, almost 6 months, right? The last pandemic we had, 1918, the Spanish flu, killed 750,000 people, I think, 750,000 or more during that. So a lot of talk about that. Anybody know what that stone is right there? What's the famous language program that they're always having commercials on radio and television for?
Is it Rosetta Stone?
There you go, Rosetta Stone. Very good. What's important about the Rosetta Stone? What did it allow for us to do? Take a guess. Don't be shy. If you get it right, you're in like the top 15% of the United States. There's like 85% of the people don't know what Rosetta Stone is.
Didn't it help us like understand hieroglyphs and other languages?
Yes. Very good. Very good. So there were three types of writing on there. There were Egyptian hieroglyphs, there was Greek script, and what's called Demotic script. And basically what it did was help us decipher different things, right? Help us decipher different things. And so when you look at this stone, right? You look at the stone, what questions would you ask about the stone? How would you use the stone to interpret the past? Well, we were lucky in terms of it had basically those three types, and from there we're able to decipher a bunch of things. Without that, right, without that you wouldn't be able to do that. Excuse me. All right, so what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to have you divide up. I think we have 18, so there's going to be pairs of 2, right? Pairs of 2. And basically, we're going to have you answer this question. I'll give you about 2 minutes each for this. And I'll show this up here in just a second. So the first thing that I want you to take a look at is going to be this question. How would you describe, okay, right there, how would you describe your hometown? Okay, so take about 30 seconds apiece and describe with the person that you're randomly assigned, how would you describe your hometown? Okay, so wrap it up because we've got a few more prompts to go through. Okay, so my hometown when I was growing up, wait for everybody else to finish getting in here, in case you can't hear me. Okay, I think that's everybody back. My hometown growing up was about 20,000. By the time I left, probably about 25,000, halfway between Phoenix and Tucson. Hot in the summer, nice in the winter. One high school, basically one main street, and that was about it. All right, your second prompt here. All right, prompt number 2. As a baby, how would you describe yourself as a baby or young? When I was extremely, extremely young as a baby, the younger I was, the blonder my hair was. So I was pretty much bleach blonde until I would say 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. So let's create. You want to stay with the same partners or somebody else? First one to answer.
Someone else.
Okay, there we go. All right, take 1 minute.
Do you have Gilberto Chavez in one of your classes?
Yes.
Do you call him G Herbo? Do you
No.
call him Gilberto? Can you call him G Herbo for me one day?
Sure, if I remember.
You said you think it's funny.
Woody.
What?
Woody.
Yeah, he would.
Okay. Okay, so next, just real quick, 3. One thing someone in my family did that I will never forget is I've had an uncle. I had an uncle that spent 10 years in jail out in the Lompoc prison for credit card fraud, I think. So I had an uncle, 10 years in prison out in Lompoc for credit card fraud. So take about a minute. We'll recreate these break rooms. Share one thing about your family. It doesn't have to be that that personal if you don't want, but I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. Number 4, I remember when I first learned how to, oh gosh, there are a whole bunch of things I remember when I first learned how to. I remember first learning how to swim, learning how to drive. That's about it. I mean, that's pretty easy. So what is, I remember when I first learned how to do what? Okay, perfect. So next one, halfway done, right? On my very first day of school, what do you remember? So very first day of school, what do you remember? I can remember back to, of course, I'm old now. I can remember back to second grade. That's back when they used to paddle you. I got in trouble. I picked up a book and walked it back to the reading shelf, and I wasn't supposed to, and I got paddled in second grade for that.
You got paddled for just putting a book back?
Yep. Savage. That was Arizona. They don't play games. They do not play games. Remember, if something happens and you drop out, lose connection, something happens with your computer, your screen, just go ahead and click on the same link. It's always open. It's the same link through. The end of September, I believe. So just click back on. I'll let you back in. All right. 3 more to go. One teacher I'll never forget is which teacher and then because. Which teacher and then because. So one teacher you'll never forget and then the reason that you'll never forget them. I had a drafting teacher that used to hit kids with rulers. So I'll never forget him. I won't say his name. I don't want to embarrass him. I had an algebra teacher when I was freshman that always used to stick his tongue out of his mouth when he was writing on a chalkboard. I've had some weird ones. So there you go. One teacher you'll never forget and then why. Do what?
Never mind. Where's the pop out?
Should be the left of the microwave or up on top of the thing, I think.
One second. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Or if that equals 80 and that equals 100,
If 6 equals 80.
then 5 equals 100.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, next to last question. Most interesting person I have met. Most interesting person I have met. I have played golf with Charles Barkley. I have met 2 governors of Arizona, Evan Meekum and J. Fife Simonton. Both of them actually got removed from office, so I don't know what that says about me. Mike Sosha used to be manager of the Angels. I sat on a Southwest Airlines flight from Burbank to Phoenix with him before spring training. It was he and his wife. And then the only other person on the plane, your parents would know this name, is Mark Garagos. He was one of the attorneys at the beginning of the OJ trial. And I also think this came up in the news the other day, Scott Peterson. I think he was attorney for Scott Peterson, convicted of killing his wife. So there you go. There's a breakdown of the most interesting people I have met. Okay, so the most interesting person you have met.
Oh, Honda.
Okay, last one. Two. Okay. Most enjoyable event in my life so far, be the last one. So most enjoyable event in my life so far, probably the birth of each of my 4 children. It's a great experience. Okay, I think everybody's back from there. All right, so just a little thing, right? And it could even be about yourself. It could be about 5 years ago. It could be about 5 months ago. Anything that happened in the past that affects us, right, would be something that we would consider history. Now, most of the time, if you're able to put these things into themes, it's going to be a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you a short video clip that talks about the themes, and then I'm going to have you do a poll. We're going to do a poll here on photos that I'm going to show you, and you tell me which of the themes that you think are present here. So you'll want to turn up your volume. It'll be a little bit difficult to hear if you do not.
Historians often use themes to identify patterns in history. Many themes can apply to historical events. History Alive, World Connections, highlights 5 themes in world history: cultural interaction, political structures, economic structures, social structures, and human environment interaction. Studying history with these themes in mind will help you make connections among events and interpret the past. The way culture
Doesn't help if I don't pause or don't share it with you. There, let's try that again.
World Connections highlights 5 themes in world history: cultural interaction, political structures, economic structures, social structures, and human environment interaction. Studying history with these themes in mind will help you make connections among events and interpret the past. The way cultures interact is a key theme in world history. Throughout history, people of different cultures have exchanged ideas, beliefs, and customs. This spread of cultural influences is known as cultural diffusion. At the same time, people have also rejected outside influences and come into conflict over new ideas. The study of how cultures have interacted and developed over time is crucial to our understanding of the world. Some examples of cultural interaction include the growth and development of religions, other belief systems, and philosophies, the spread of ideas from science and technology, and artistic influences in painting, music, architecture, literature, and other arts. A second key theme is the creation of political systems and forms of government. Political structures are an important aspect of history and a key element in the growth of civilization. The way in which people have organized and governed themselves says a great deal about human society. Some examples of political structures include forms of government, the nature and growth of empires, political revolts and revolutions, regional or global organizations such as the European Union and the United Nations. Another important theme is economic structures. Economic motives lie at the heart of many human activities, from the quest for food to the pursuit of wealth. Economic factors have played a critical role in history, driving people and societies to innovate, explore, and expand. At the same time, economic interests have also been a source of great conflict. Some examples of economic structures are the birth of agriculture and the expansion of trade, how labor is organized and used, the rise of industry, and the development of economic theories that have had a major impact on people and events around the world. Another key theme is social structures. In prehistoric times, people formed social groups to meet their need for food, shelter, and security. Over time, social groups banded together to form societies. Each society developed its own rules and customs to govern behavior and help it function. By examining and comparing social structures throughout history, we can get a better understanding of human life. Examples of social structures are gender roles and relations, including the place of women in society, customs relating to family and kinship, racial and ethnic differences and their impact on society, and the division of society into social and economic classes. The fifth theme is human environment interaction. People have to operate within the limits of the natural world, and this has helped shape their actions throughout history. The environment has affected how and where people live and how they support themselves. At the same time, human actions have also changed the environment in many ways. interactions include disease, population growth, migration, and patterns of human settlement, applying themes to the study of history and improving
Right? So a couple of things. This pandemic is going to fall under what theme? Pandemic is going to fall under what theme?
Human environmental.
Interaction. There you go. There you go. Okay, so real quick. This one you don't have to share. You don't have to talk with anybody. I'm going to show you a set of 6 pictures. And those 6 pictures, I'm going to put up a poll. All right? And you vote for what theme of history you see in each of these pictures, okay? So let me get them up. Okay, here we go. Picture 1. Picture 1, this is an Egyptian pharaoh, Ramses II, who ruled from 1279 BC to 1213 BC, holds prisoners from Nubia, Libya, and Syria by the hair. All right, by the hair. So let me bring up the poll and you can vote. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so cultural interaction, political, economic, social, or human environment interaction. Go ahead, I'll move this out of the way and you can vote. Vote for which theme you think is covered there. Got 4 more to vote, hurry up. Right? I would say probably all of them, except for, right, the human environment interaction, right? It's really just between a set of people, socially, economically, politically, culturally, right? That could be true, okay? So I'll share the results out with you. 47% thought cultural. Okay, so let's go to picture 2. Picture 2, this is a medieval painting, shows the marriage of the legendary Welsh King Arthur and Guinevere, right? And Guinevere. So let's go with our second poll. Picture 2. Go ahead and vote in what you see. Three more to vote. Yep, I'd say I agree as well, right? Almost 70% of you thought cultural or social. It's probably the best. Political in terms of a king, I could see that. And then economically maybe as well. Hey, next time remind me to, this is a long haul. Next time remind me about halfway through you guys should stand up, take a break. You should take like a 5-minute break. I just realized we're almost done. Okay, so next picture. Spanish conquistador Cortez gives gifts from ambassadors from the Aztec Emperor of Montezuma before his arrival, right, in Tenochtitlan. So when you look at this, picture 3, What do you see? Picture 3, what do you see? Okay. Cultural. That's probably the best one. There is things with the land. I would say that there's present in that picture, any one of them. Right? Present in the picture, any one of them. But if I would vote for one, it'd be cultural. Okay. So good. You want to be able to identify those. We can look at more of those later. Lastly, what I want to show you is you have one assignment this week while we're gone, and it goes over those 5 things. So basically, if you click here, individual assignment themes of history, in your TCI, you're going to complete lesson 2, introduction in TCI. So you're going to go to your TCI account. You're going to click on notebook. All right. In your notebook, if you go to lesson 2, introduction, there are 5 questions that you're going to do. That's it. 5 questions, taking the 5